point, let me introduce the first speaker, Madame Berès, Chair of the Employment and Social Affairs Committee of the European Parliament. We're really delighted that you could find the time to be with us. Please.
Thank you for having me here. I'm not so sure it's having time because of the lunch break. It means I almost have to leave you now. But nevertheless, if I have accepted your kind invitation to introduce your work and your halfway evaluation of this very interesting program, it's because I do believe it's very challenging. And to tell you the truth, as chairwoman of the Ample Committee, one of my first tasks or one of my first requests has been that we could have an evaluation of what we call the pilot project that the Ample Committee is financing through the annual budget discussion. Because I think this is very important that all the investment we are having to stimulate social innovation, and this is obviously what we are doing with this pilot project, would help to change the world, or at least would at some stage be helpful to improve the situation, if you wanted to put it on a more modest scale. And here I think the topic you are addressing is of the essence of where we are. Why? For two reasons. And let me put it more globally. If we look at the challenge for the EU in the world, which is where we are, the only golden rule we have is about innovation. Because this is our raw material, and this is the one we need to build on. And if we look at the competition with China, with the US, with anyone, if we don't keep in our hand innovation, we will go nowhere. But if we are ready to take some lesson out of the crisis, it is about social innovation. Because one of the drama we've been going through is the upside down settlement of our economies, where we thought, well, first serve our master, the money, and the other will follow. Well, my strong feeling or my strong thinking is that we should put the whole challenge upside down and go back to the root of where we should never have given up, which is to fulfill the purpose that is our responsibility to make sure people get a job, and then all the others will follow. But this has been given up for a lot of reasons, because of self-regulation, because of many perverse attitudes where even social democrats were complete of a very bad strategy. I'm not so sure we are there already, to tell you the truth, even in the European debate. But this is not the reason not to go there. And when it comes to social innovation, I think this brings us to one of the biggest challenge we have at home. Not at the global level, but at home. And at home, this challenge is youth unemployment. And for me, it is a very, very strong contradiction for the EU to accept as a secondary effect youth unemployment when you know that your way out of the crisis is innovation. Because how on earth are you going to meet the requirements for innovation if you don't use the young people? They are the ones who have the capacity for innovation. And when I listen even to some high-ranking responsible in the Commission telling me that it's very difficult to solve the youth unemployment because they are unskilled, I mean, this is just appalling. Because to say that young people are unskilled, it's just not to take account of the reality. Of course, some have to leave school early, and they should have good apprenticeship contract behind to make sure they stay on board and so on. But in between, this doesn't take on board all the young people we have who are overeducated, sometimes with double courses, and are still unemployed. And of course, this is a choice of generation, this is a choice of society in an aging society. But this is a vicious circle and not a virtuous circle. When it comes to social innovation, I think the field you're looking at, housing, children care, and the third one is employment. I mean, for me, this is really where we need to go. This is why when I've seen your program, I don't know you, I don't know your program, but I thought, well, here, I need to come and support them because they are doing the right stuff. Just maybe one last word, two last words, because in the Parliament we had some discussion about the term experimentation in terms of social innovation. I don't know if you have this debate, I don't know if you use the word. I much prefer social innovation than experimentation, because I can hear that in some member states when you speak about experimentation when it comes to human behavior, it rings a bad bell. So, I mean, if we can agree and contribute to avoid and to disqualify experimentation and to prefer social innovation, I think it can be helpful. And the last but not least point is to invite you. I know you're very much engaged in this research program and so on, but you're also here to make sure you can spread all the good ideas you have and you've been going through. That we are now engaged in the European Parliament in the next budget or financial perspective, which means the budget for the 7 coming years, starting from 2014. And of course here, all that we can do to make sure we can have some EU budget money for social innovation will be good.
Yes.
Sorry to finish by this very trivial question, but I think it's also part of the game. So sorry that I will not be able to attend any of your work, but I was pleased to see you. And I know that because I came to you, you will come to me with all the good conclusion and all the good proposals you have. So I wish you a very good seminar and hope to see the outcome of your work.
We will definitely send it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Raj, very much for this inspiring talk. Really appreciate it.